It's insane. It's absurd. Horton the elephant thinks he's a... Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails. Oh man, so I'm on Prevail Man, guys. This is my second alt, and we're at 3.4 million GP. It's kind of close to 3.5, but still, I accidentally got promoted to AURODIUM 4, guys. I'm in AURODIUM 4, and I don't know how they expect me to beat as many teams as I'll, like 9 teams on offense, 9 teams on defense at a bare minimum. And so I've got 18 teams for you, and they are weird. Some of them are so strange. A lot of them are bare bones. A lot of them are just spread too thin. I don't know how I'm gonna do anything in AURODIUM. I didn't want to get there. Chromium was already tough enough. I thought it was a stretch for me to get into Chromium, but we did well enough in Chromium, and now AURODIUM is going to destroy us. Everyone's gonna be like 2 million GP higher, or they're gonna be guys who kicked a lot of hindquarters the way we'd have on this account. But let's talk about the 18 teams that I'm going to be using. Whoa, 18 teams? I only see 2. Madness. Here's the thing, guys. So I've got Mara Jade. She's only gear 8, and you'll notice my just total absence of good gear on like universally, just not enough. But a lot of the characters I'm going to be leaning on are functional and strong in their own right, with because they're mechanically strong. They're very strong mechanically, and so Mara Jade at gear 8, she can struggle against some things, obviously, but she's really good in tandem with Emperor Palpatine. And then Vader, we might be able to split these guys off away from each other and have Palp and Mara, though. I mean, a gear 11 and a gear 8 together trying to solo teams against an account that's 2 million more than me, it's gonna be rough. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I mean, that's the starting angle, right? So next we have Kira with Nest. Obviously Nest, I've leaned on Nest a lot to be able to take out like Padme teams, to be able to take out a lot of different teams, all the Omicron Ewoks that we're facing these days. Nest does some good work, and Kira makes it happen. Kira obviously isn't absolutely needed if you don't if you don't want the protection regen, and you don't want the extra damage on Nest, like you just don't need it, then you don't have to. You also, if you need more tenacity on Nest so she doesn't get debuffed, you can also take a bad farm boy Luke, as long as you get his leadership up to 7. Don't put his Zeta on, guys. That Zeta is just hot. Very hot garbage. The hottest of garbages. Like, I don't know. I don't know if there is a more hot garbage Zeta out there. It is just so awful. But before that, it's pretty good, just because it gives her like an extra 30 or 40, whatever it is, tenacity. So you can do that. You can also throw Watt on here, but we're gonna need Watt like everywhere else, guys. Like we need so many more teams. It was already gonna be a stretch for me to 4 more teams is insane. It's so crazy for this account. Alright, here's my Darth Raven team. We don't have Malak available yet. It'll be probably toward the end of the season until we get Malak. Then we can farm him up to 7 stars. I have enough GET1 to do it, but otherwise this team is not that good. This is, pretty similar hot garbage. So I showed you guys on my alternate account, my Professor X account, but just so you are aware, having full Sith Empire is something that a lot of people don't remember as an advantage. But with Darth Raven lead, all Sith Empire at the start of the battle, if they're all Sith Empire, then everyone gains 50% crit damage, which is nice. It's very nice. So you can do this. You can even summon a B1 or B2, whatever, in territory battles. Not that this is about territory battles, it's about GAC, but I mean, they said at the start of the battle, everyone get, you get the bonus anyways. But anyways, this team is good on defense. I typically have been putting it on defense. Once I get Malak, I might switch flip the script just a little bit and make them go on offense, because this is a good team. Like, Revan and Basti are a really nice tandem together, and then Malak can solo things, though I don't know if they can do it in AURODIUM. Once we get to 3v3, I'll be a lot more functional, though, I think. Next, we've got my poor old Grievous squad, which keeps needing updates and keeps being pushed backwards in terms of priority. But Grievous and B1 are the ones who need relics. You probably want more relics on Grievous, though. I don't know. Yeah, like, relic 3 is pretty decent. I've never noticed like an absolute, like, he doesn't need that much more. I mean, having him relic 8 is nice on my main, but anyways, you want Magna Guard to be better than this, of course. Newt is nice at like gear 9, just because when he dies, he doesn't actually die, and then he still does what he needs to do. And Grievous just gets a bonus turn, gets a good, nice little FU turn. So, you know, good on offense though. This is one of my workhorse offense teams on all 3 accounts. This team, man. Put it on defense and it gets crushed for really good banners, or you just go and destroy someone and drop like 2 banners and you're good. Next, we have Jedi Raven here, and this team has been making progress. We have Yoda. I could put some more relics on Yoda. It's not too bad. Jolie's real close to relics, actually, guys. He does pretty nicely, you know, with relics. Obviously, he's nice. You put some tenacity on him. He's very tanky. Really good character. Basti, I don't have her Zeta on because I don't ever use her lead. Really. I mean, everyone says that I should have it. I just don't. Eventually, I'll put it on just because there's some builds that you want her to have that lead. But you know, then I have Ezra here. We just don't have any other available Jedi for this team. Almost, you'll see. There's some weird things that are gonna happen, guys. After this squad, there's some weird stuff that happens because it's gonna get real speculative real quickly. So next up we have Luke. We have Commander Luke with Old Ben, Gear 9 Old Ben. And that's because we don't have 3PO. If you guys watched my alt video, you'll suspect what I'm doing with 3PO, though I suspect you'll be wrong. I guess we'll see. I actually do think you'll be wrong, in fact, but this Commander Luke team is pretty good. It's funny, actually. My Commander Luke on this account is better than the Commander Luke on my alternate account that's, you know, maybe not double the GP, but kind of close. Yeah, this team is really good on offense. This is a workhorse for me on offense. I don't want to go without 3PO, and sometimes I'll just need 3PO, and the team that 3PO is currently on will just have to deal with it. And you guys probably I probably spoiled it a little bit. You guys can probably see the names here. Here's the next team. This is the one with 3PO on it, guys. I put the Omicron onto Akbar, and I didn't put it on Leia yet. I don't know if I'm going to. I think I have enough for one more if I want. But, so it's going to call a lot of people to assist. You know, a lot more people to assist. And so the idea is you have to have a lot of non-attack moves for that to happen. And so I have Princess Leia here because she does a lot. You know, she goes into stealth all the time, and then she gets immediately gets enough turn meter to go again, and you know, then she keeps shooting and keeps shooting and keeps shooting. And through with 3PO, I forget which one it is. One of his uniques also makes it so that when you do a hit with a rebel, with a basic, whenever a rebel or Ewok ally uses their basic ability, they inflict expose on the target enemy for 2 turns, which can't be evaded. Blah blah blah. So, if she's even at gear, what, I think I have her at 9, then she's, her actual damage doesn't do anything. I got her, we probably want more gear on her just to make her survive more against like AoEs and stuff, but the thing is, 3PO is going to fuel this like crazy every time someone does an attack with a basic, which there's going to be a lot of basics going on here. Then there's going to be exposed damage like crazy, and Chopper is a really good tank for that because he has a couple moves that aren't attacks. Like he's a taunt and he has a dispel. I don't know, maybe the dispel counts as an attack. I don't know how that works. I know 3PO's moves don't count as non-attacks, even though he doesn't do damage. So, you know, and then Biggs, I just have him gear 11. I'm like, you know what, let's throw in a gear 11 Rebel, you know, for fun. But we'll see how that Omicron squad does. We're gonna have to put it on offense quite a bit, because it gets destroyed by anything on if it's on defense. At least in this iteration, because I have such low gear. If I was higher gear, if I was Relic and put 3PO on this team for defense, it could actually cause some issues. I actually think one of my buddies, Beans and Cheese, has this Omicron. He thinks that 3PO would stop Nest solos. I'm not sure. It might. And also, if Nest gets even one turn, she'll probably just end up destroying the whole team in one hit. No exaggeration, because Leia's handing out so many buffs if you put the Omicron on her. All right, so now, gosh, this it gets weirder, guys. So now we have Padme. We have Padme with Galactic Republic, except for Moff Gideon. So there's some interesting interactions here, guys. So first off, Moff Gideon hands out this thing. He's look at this, gear 7, and I put a Zeta on him, but it's because of his special, guys. So you reduce everyone reduces their turn meter to 0. They lose 100% turn meter, which under the Padme team they'd actually don't. Like, Padme and company don't lose their turn meter because of her kit, because of her leadership, but then everyone gains 25%, whatever. But that means it reduces your opponent's turn meter. And so if you get your Gideon fast enough, which I'm gonna have to look into increasing his speed as much as I can, but if you do, then the thing that you need the Zeta for, though, is the support allies gain 100% protection up. So some of you have seen this on my main GAC videos, but with Gideon, what happens is he'll reduce everyone's turn meter as long as he can go first, and then he hands everyone that's a support 100% turn meter. What happens then, though, is Padme, with her leadership, turns all of that into courage. The stacks of courage turns it into 20 stacks of courage. So as long as Gideon goes first, goes before Padme, which I'm gonna have to actually see. How fast is my Padme? I might have to slow her down a bit. Yeah, she's faster than my gear 7 Gideon. We'll have to figure that out. But here's the thing, she's a support, she gains 20 stacks of courage. R2-D2's a support, he'll gain 20%. Shock T is also support, she'll gain 20%, 20 stacks, and every 5 stacks does 40% max health damage. Like, it can one-shot characters that are health heavy. So all of these support characters are going to have those stacks, and then, you know, Kenobi's just there to lend aid, because I don't have any other Galactic Republic supports. But this team can do well-ish. I mean, obviously it doesn't have the same level of functionality, but you can kind of just one-shot a bunch of teams with it. It's going to be very interesting. And that leaves the door open for this really awkward Quigon team. I don't know if Ki-Adi-Mundi even unlocked yet. He's at like 11 out of 80, because the guild I'm in is not doing the cam mission that well, but including myself, I don't even have General Skywalker 501st, or I guess Shock T 501st. But anyways, we've got Qui-Gon at is this gear 5? Gear 6. Nice. What's he missing? Oh yeah, he needs this. We need to buy more of these in the guild store. But anyways, we probably need to get him more because we want more offense on him. But you know, I don't even have him modded. This was just pretty recent. I haven't put his Omicron on yet because I'm not sure, guys. But I need more teams. That's the thing. That's what's killing me, is I need more teams. So I'm trying to squeeze water out of a stone. So it's like Anakin at Relic 1. Is he really going to be that good under a Gear 6 Qui-Gon? I don't know, guys. I just don't know. It's like Qui-Gon Omicron, Akbar Omicron. It's like gear 9 on Akbar, gear 6 on it seems so ludicrous, guys. But once you see the bottom of my roster, like what I can actually add, you'll understand. Like, I need undersized squads, and I need them to actually be somewhat effective. So this Qui-Gon might not be the worst thing if I can make my Anakin kind of fast. Next, we have Bosk, and Mando's actually getting some love here lately. So this team is pretty decent. I could really use gear 13 on Jango or Boba. We're getting close. I'm so tempted, guys, to put this one on Boba right now, but I'm afraid of Sim. He might yell at me, but I love that extra physical damage and, extra health. The agility gives him a bunch of extra damage, the extra speed, etc. would be really nice. Of course, I wouldn't even get him to 13, so we'll just stay off. I'll stay my hand, and we'll just go from there. But, Boss lead, bounty hunters, hard to go wrong with them. Really fun on offense, and okay on defense if you have good enough speeds, which I don't really. All right, next we have this Omicron Chirpa, and I guess, Peplu. He's got his unique. You guys know how it works with, plus 25 speed, and I have him really, really fast, 273 speed. Plus he gets plus 25 from that, so add plus 25%, and then add another 30 speed from Chirpa's Omicron, and this, he gets this turn meter started, and people can go crazy. I could really use more gear on these guys as well, especially because Peplu is one of my very fastest characters right now. I probably should slow him down, frankly. I mean, I've been using this team on offense a little bit, and it's like, man, they just don't hit hard at all. They get a lot of turn meter, but it's not as effective as I thought it was. So, we're probably gonna have to tone this team down just a little bit, at least until they get more gear. Next, we have my 0 gear Geos, but with the Geos, you get the plus 30 health and speed, or health and protection on all of them. I guess it's plus, or it's 15k of each on each of them, so you still have a pretty sizable health pool, even though, so like Spy is like, wow, just a horrific health and protection. But then from the lead, from the Geo Brood Alpha, everyone gains 15k health and 15k protection, which, I mean, that's like the only thing Spy has going for him. Her, whatever it is. So, could probably do better, frankly. I think Soldier's actually fairly easy to get to gear 11. Maybe I'll do that one day. Probably not, though, because screw Geos. But we've got... here's the big hope, guys. Obviously right now not gear 13, but the hope is that old daca can get to gear 13 before lock, and then we can start killing Grievous teams, and that's going to be huge. That's going to be an enormous help if she can get to gear 13, because as long as people are just killing zombie wantonly and killing the whole team, wiping them out, old daca will get a ton of health, and eventually we'll just kill them with kindness, but more importantly, we'll kill them with plague, both if possible. But yeah, this team will kill Grievous teams once she's relicked, like get a relic 3, relic 5, something like that. Gear 10 on zombie. This team is really good. Punches way above its weight sometimes dies miserably. My poor old troopers, man. I apparently have the Zeta on Dark Trooper. I don't know at what point I did that, but as long as your Piet is faster, Piet plus 20, as long as your team is faster, then you can do it, guys. You can do a lot of damage. You can take down a lot of different teams with these guys, even at gear 7 Stark in range. Like, you just need all the turn meter gain. You guys can watch me use them. I've killed full relic bounty hunter teams just because Piet's faster than all of them, and Dark Trooper punches like crazy even at gear 9. Part of that is because he doesn't have to worry about critting. He just does a bunch of bulk damage. So even at gear 9, he does, 4 hits, and he's like, oh, I don't care about critting. He doesn't crit. So, all that damage is just there. So, yeah, you've got to be smart about how you use this team, but I've been killing a lot of teams with it lately, actually. And I'm assuming AURODIUM is going to be pretty similar. Next, we've got this Karth team. I should probably throw some Zetas, like put one on Mission or Zalbar, whichever is the one that lets them assist each other. And then Karth, of course, has an okay Zeta for this team. We have some decent gear on them because we need them for the Malik unlock. So, this team is actually better geared than most of my teams are going to be. Keep in mind, this is still not 18, guys. We're at the very end, pretty much, but... yeah, you guys will see the dregs. So, alright, we stole Chopper for that Leia team up top, the Akbar Leia team. So we're just throwing Cara Dune in there, apparently, because we needed Cara for the Bando unlock so that we can start working on Executor requirements eventually. And So she's just hanging out here at gear 8. I'm like, you know what? You're a rebel. You can kind of work. It's not going to work that well. But the true power of the squad anyways is Sabine, because of her Zeta. People are constantly surprised. Even gear 11, Sabine just, like, I don't think it would work as well if she was gear 12, actually, guys. I think she needs to be gear 11, because if it was 12, people would be like, oh, maybe she's good at gear 12. I mean, maybe. But yeah, this team, man, it gets old sometimes. Usually not. It's not that good. But I mean, without Chopper, it's even going to be worse. It'll be way worse. Gosh, what a tragic, stupid thing, guys. All right, we've got Traya here, and now we're starting to scrape the bottom a little bit. Like, this is kind of the Build-A-Bear team a little bit. So, like, I don't have a Scion worth mentioning, but Nihilus has saved me a couple times. Even in gear 9, he could really use some more gear levels. Obviously, Thrawn could too. 5s. It's like, okay, we can do this though. Like, we could take a Traya team with Nihilus, and then Watt could put the taunting tech onto 5s, and put the weapons tech, I guess, on Traya, because she's the one who can do some good damage. Thrawn can fracture someone, assuming he lives through the ordeal. Like, this team can do okay. I mean, it's not a world beater, but it's okay. Like, where else does 5s go? He doesn't want to go with Padme, because then you don't have all this cool stacks the way I have it all planned out. So, what do we do here, though? What would you say you do here? And finally, guys, here's the dregs. Here's my 18th team. I need a minimum of 18. Like, we're gonna have to do something. I'm gonna have to have like a garbage zone where I just don't deploy anything but just total trash. But this is the team, guys. This is, I mean, it's not good. Dengar lead can do some okay things. I bet I haven't even upgraded his lead. Oh, it's 7. I think only 3 to get. Yeah, let's just upgrade that right now. Okay, there we go. Probably need his other abilities upgraded too, but I mean, for this garbage, it's probably not worth it. I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's just hot garbage. This is look. Let's create another squad. They're all supposed to be unique now. Let me click on the unique button. You guys can see, so a lot of these squads are 3-man. Not all of them, obviously, but we have the Quigon team as 3-man. I guess that's about it. The CLS team could be undersized. The Darth Raven team on offense could be undersized, but then Kira undersized, Palpy undersized. Okay, so if we wanted to create another squad, what could we do? Not much, guys. Look at what's left. Almost nothing. Just total garbage. Total garbage. I don't have enough teams. I don't have enough teams, and it is a very serious matter. So we'll see. Will I go 0-12 in AURODIUM? I almost think I won't. I bet that I'll beat some very surprising teams. So stay tuned, watch me live, or watch the video recaps that happen, that we publish, I don't know, a week and a half later on YouTube. But yeah, guys, what teams do you think I should use? What am I misallocating? Am I just totally screwed? I mean, am I gonna get a Galactic Legend fight every single match? I don't know. You guys will have to stay tuned for my strategies though, because I do have some ideas. Hopefully we stay relevant and don't get kicked out of AURODIUM. Hopefully we can just keep building momentum and get into Kyber and really hate life. So, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Zareth prevails even in AURODIUM. So stupid, guys. AURODIUM 4, we didn't even just jump into 5. It's ludicrous.